Hip rotation is the key to unlocking power, speed, and defense in boxing. Today I'll show you 3 simple drills you can use to develop the skills of attacking, defending, and counterpunching through mastering this core movement. Take Floyd Mayweather's shoulder roll. It's not just the arm moving, but it's the quick hip rotation that allows him to turn his defense into offense. Landing these right hands with precision. Notice how he shifts his weight. He uses his hips to roll off the punch, setting up his counter. Now look at Canelo Alvarez. His counter punches are deadly, and it's his hip rotation that brings both power and control. Watch how he pivots, unloads, counters, turning his defense into offense. Very powerful offense.
Counter short right hand. Roll the shoulder, come back with the counter right hand. Here he comes back with another right hand. Shane doesn't have any defense in it.
These 3 drills will focus on mastering that same hip rotation, helping you to develop better offense, defense, and counterpunching. Let's dive in. Turn. Now again, pull back. Pull back. Good. So here I'm warming the boxers up, warming up their boxing mindset so they can correctly throw this first combination, which is going to be a cross hook. One boxer is going to throw a cross, one's going to hook, one is going to slip and roll. Now, as you can see, look here, when I slip the punch, my head is still in the center. It's still the center of my feet. Imagine my 2 feet are the bottom of a triangle or the bottom of a pyramid, and my head is the top. Look, I stay balanced. I don't lean forward at all. I just rotate and I turn. And it's the same thing when you throw your hook cross. Look, I'm trying to show Mo right now. When he throws his cross, he shouldn't lean forward. Look, he's slightly leaning forward, and that's what you need to avoid. You need your body to just rotate and turn. Both legs had to be straight. I saw his rear leg was just a bit straight there. Both legs had to be bent. Both legs had to be bent. You had to be sitting in your stance, which is going to allow you to fluently transfer your weight. Straight legs inhibits the rotation of the hips. So now both boxers are going to face each other, and they're going to start practicing this drill. Right cross, left hook. So Lewis, he slipped inside the punch by accident. You slip outside of it. Look, slipping outside of the punch. You're both going to be square now, and then you're both side on. So when you throw the cross, you're going to end up being in a square position. Your torso facing towards your opponent. And when you slip the punch, you're also going to be square. Your torso will face towards your opponent. And then when your opponent hooks, they're going to be side on. And when you roll it, you're also going to be side on. Because that's the way that the combination flows together. Both stances are going to flow and fit. Like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, you're going to fit together. Just like that. So you're going to continuously throw cross hook, slip roll, continuously working on the rotation of the hips the entire time. Always rotating the hips, never leaning, never pulling, just turning your hips. The boys are going to start now. So to begin with, they might be a bit slow and rusty because it's new to them. This is the first time I've put them through this drill that my boxers are going to be doing every session now when we're warming up. We're going to do every session just to get it in our mindset of throwing punches correctly, turning those hips, utilizing the kinetic chain and getting maximum power in every single punch. So the boys are warming up, they're really just getting the hang of it, and then they're going to be flying. Slip 1, lift 1, 2, slip 2, through, roll, let you up, roll, yeah, this here is floating, this is keep changing, good. Good, So I feel like I'm like, so there's no two, you got slip it, two, yeah, good, that's good, two now, yeah, very good, and we come back in, good. 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 Turn in. Just turn. Good. Then go along with that. So now, each move you do, prime us for the next move. So throw two those, slipping. Now you're primed to roll, go through. Now you're primed to throw two. So now, let's try to make it more fluid now. Back, and stretch it. Because then you can get better. You gotta get used to the rhythm, how it goes. Yeah, good. So in this second combination, we're going to slip two punches and throw a hook to the body. Again, it's the exact same thing. You're turning your hips. There's no leaning even when you throw the body shot. Look, and here, that's exactly what you don't do. You don't turn the head, you turn your hips, and consequently, your head will come off the vertical line, avoiding that punch. That's perfect. Now look at my head, look. When I throw my hook to the body, my head doesn't lean forward. I just rotate my hips and slightly stand up. Now, when you do this, that's gonna create the power you need to thrust through for the body shot. A lot of the times, boxers lean forward, hoping that they're going to generate more power or hoping that they'll be close enough to the opponent. But the truth is, you're already close enough because you're attacking your opponent from the blind spot. They've thrown a cross and they've missed that cross. Now, momentarily, if you're quick enough, you can throw that strike and they will not be able to defend it. They will not be able to defend that punch. So what's very important is taking your time and slipping those punches correctly. Because if you slip those punches with the correct technique, one position will prime and set you up for the next. One slip, you're going to rotate, and then the weight will be in your right leg. Now what's going to happen then is that you'll be able to transfer the weight to your left leg. And once the weight is on your left leg, you'll be able to transfer the weight to your right via throwing that hook. It's all a transfer of weight. And if you find yourself not able to throw one punch or do the next movement, it's most likely because you're doing the first movement incorrectly. Each movement sets up the next. Even when I throw, look, my head's still in the same line. Yeah, so the freezer, one look, what is it? And now, see your head, you see your head, look at your head. Head's not turning before. Yeah, look, mine's like this. My foot is outside my head. So maybe go to your position and stand again. Let's go to one. Roll two. Don't leave that good. Go to one. Don't leave that one. Just come to faster. Two. And from here. Two. Good. Probably the pleasure of pausing is that first more so we can improve. We're going to sit back to that again. 1, 2. Good. So when you sit the punch, if you touch some, touch some. You really sit there. Now then try to go, don't try to avoid it. It's not getting really nothing. 1, 2. We're going to do 1 minute. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, when you sit there, don't care if you're not harm. Don't try to go avoid it. Really business. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, you're right. Yeah. 1, 2, yeah. Now, when you try to be quick, don't hit arm, does not. If you know, don't try to avoid the arm, really doesn't. Yeah, 1, 2, yeah. So you sit there, you do the next day, you stand up, you go really quick. Put it down, so you does it. 1, 2, yeah. Well, look, pull it on back, I'll be very much. 1, 2, good. 1, 2, good. Just do it. 1, 2, bang. Take that more step down. Turn. Turn. Yeah, one more time. Good, bro. Turn. Don't need. Do a few days. Go on to. Good. Good. Stand up. And look. Take your left shoulder. Release it. Yeah. Go on. Turn. Two. Turn. Number 3. Turn. All it is. Step through. Turn. Turn. There's no leaning and moving. Turn. Yes, the turn is lost. Turn. Good. Turn. Good. So now, when you throw too much, that shoulder, yeah. The shoulder has gone forward. It's got foot position. So maybe raise the heel. Yeah. If you raise the heel, go forward. Yeah. Good. Change it. Back. 1, 2. Good. Yeah. Stand those. Good. Turn. Yeah. So you're always here. You're fine with this. You're just switching. Don't you never lean to your left. 1, 2. Good. Yeah. Good. One more. You got square. 1, 2. Yeah. Go ahead. You got square. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. 1 more. Yes. That's the crap. She said that you get married after mom. Saying that you cry for you wild. Coming with me in the bathroom side. It showed me why you deserve to have it all. That's the crap. And it's that what she on. It's the lady. Yo, it's so low. It's okay. Like you never be around motherfuckers like this again. Easy girl, grab my hand. Fuck that bitch, you don't wanna dance. My friends found his ass. I'm just So we're throwing a jab, cross, hook, and your opponent, your partner is gonna slip, roll, and counter with 2 hooks. Now this is all of the rotation of the hips. Just like you saw in all the earlier combinations, just like you saw Saul Alvarez doing, just like you saw Floyd Mayweather, it's about turning your hips. Your head never comes off the land. You just turn. Now, when you turn correctly, that's going to move your head, whether it's off the horizontal line via rolling, or whether it's slipping and you're coming off the vertical line. So you're going to turn 4 times. Those 4 turns are going to take you off both the horizontal line when you're rolling and the vertical line when you're slipping, like Lewis just did there. Now, at the end of the combination, at the end of the defense, you're set up to counter. Your opponent's going to be open because you're most vulnerable after you just punched. Your weight is going to be in your front leg, and you're going to rip a lead hook and then rip a rear hook. Your opponent is going to roll beneath both of those punches. And that's the final combination. So there's one thing that's been consistent in all these 3 combinations, and it's just that all these 3 combinations really emphasize your turning your hips, because turning your hips is the foundation of boxing movement. Every movement in boxing uses the hips, other than the jab. So the hips is what turns first. So you really lead your defense and you lead your offense with your hip rotation, and then consequently your arm might extend for a punch or your head might move for defense.